asking people to go out for protests. You should lead it. We led it, and as a result of that, some of us went to detention a few times in this country. That was against the military. And today, we're in a democratic dispensation. I feel if people want to protest, they should come out, direct and lead the protest so that they don't leave the protest in the hands of young children that they recruited.
Hi everyone, once again back to a Nigerian's perspective. Today's day 2 of the protest titled End Bad Governance taking place in Nigeria. It started yesterday on the 1st of August, continued today. I'm just continuing to react to this story. This is the governor of Kaduna State speaking to a channel's correspondent, also answering questions around what happens in his state. Other governors are getting involved. More states are also getting involved. So let's just watch this one together. It's going to be a long one, so please stay with me. If you haven't subscribed already, please. Your patronage and your subscription and your watching and commenting, sharing means a lot to me. Means a great deal to me, and I appreciate you and every single person that has seen my content. Let's get back into it.
In the studios of national televisions, I'm talking. So for me, that is my only problem. In Kaduna, we made it clear that whoever wants to protest can come out. We ask the police to guide them, to ensure that they give them security. But unfortunately, just 30 minutes into the protest, some disgruntled elements, probably that were recruited also by some elements, hijacked the entire protest and attacked even.
So I'm just going to quickly talk. Who are these people constantly hijacking protests? Every single protest that we have in Nigeria, some elements have hijacked it. Who are these elements? When would these elements be brought to book after a protest has been done in Nigeria, especially if it's a peaceful protest? That's my own first question. Who are these elements?
The police. But of course, we intervene and ask the police not to respond. And I want to commend the police here in Kaduna State. I've had a lot of people condemning the police around the country, but in Kaduna, they acted professionally. They decided to ignore even those that were attacking them. And of course, at a certain point, they only use tear gas because that is the normal convention, to use tear gas whenever there is breaking of law and order. When people begin to attack or to break shops and offices, certainly they have to intervene at that moment. So in Kaduna, I can say things went extremely well, apart from the fact that some miscreants hijacked the protest. But at 3 o'clock, like I said, everything went normal. And that was the reason why here in Kaduna, we do not impose any curfew. And today, as I'm speaking with you, people went out and continued with their normal activities and their businesses. And that was the reason why I was really surprised when some people that were calling for this protest many weeks, they were not organized. They led the protest in the hands of children, people that they recruited, but they did not guide them. That was a problem. But like in Kaduna and many other states around northern Nigeria, I'm sure the reason why we witnessed a lot of lootings and vandalization in Kano and other states around the north is simply because they let those people they recruited to go out and begin to loot some people's shops. It's unfortunate because when you are calling for government to do what is right, to address the problem of hunger and many other things, why do we attack the shops of people who are also struggling, the middle class, the downtrodden?
So this leads back to what I was saying earlier, that who are the people doing these things? Are these people protesters? I'm not saying that protesters can't go and loot. After all, hunger is the chief reason for coming out. So perhaps they are looting. Okay, at least I can get something to eat tonight from this protest. That is very possible and very valid comment from the governor there. But it's also possible that state actors could be used to make it seem as if it's the protesters that are going to do this thing, so that you can justify the use of force and say, in order to quench these protests, was sending out men, military men, was sending out anti-riot police, was sending out people who have to quench this. So that is just where I stand on that one. Until these people are arrested and brought to book, and a proper investigation is done to say that, okay, these people actually weren't protesters, they were either sponsored by somebody else, then we can start to see a pattern of what is causing these disruptions in peaceful protests. Let's get back to it.
Doing their businesses, but at the end of the day, they were the victims. So for me, that is not the protest we are talking about. When they came to us, we said, you can do
Governor Sani, if I may jump in quickly, we understand that Casilia and Kadipa, these are two agencies of Kaduna State government, which we understand are being raised. Apart from these two agencies, what can you tell us? What are the other incidents that have happened beyond this?
Well, in Kaduna, like I said, we did not experience any major problem because, of course, only Castelia and Kadipa that were attacked and looted. They were all government agencies. So for me, that was the only incident that happened in Kaduna. But of course, we were lucky because they did not go to the shops of some innocent people like in other states and begin to loot their properties. But of course, even though we're here in Kaduna, we will not be happy to see things that happen in Kano, or what happened in Jigawa, what happened in Maiduguri, Borno State, what happened in Niger. It's unfortunate. That was the reason why some of us were a bit skeptical about the motives and the intention of the people calling for this protest. Most of them.
So what he's saying in a nutshell, people, is the North. The North has been protesting more than the South so far. He's mentioned Jigawa, he's mentioned Niger, he's mentioned obviously his state, Kano. Kano was huge yesterday. The turnout in Kano was huge. Poverty is worse in the North. It has always been worse in the North. But this particular protest is even worse. It is even worse than previous years, previous protests. So he's just saying that in his own state, it wasn't violent. Let us pray it continues to be so, because I'm not a fan of peace of violent protesters or violent protests where destruction to lives, destructions to property are done. Like I said in a couple of previous videos, I'm for peace, and I do hope that peace prevails. Let's keep watching, and then I'll round this up soon.
I can tell you that we're in the television granting interview with you. Why didn't you ask them? Why didn't they lead the protest? Where were they? That is a question journalists should ask. When we called for protest against the military in Nigeria, we led the protest. In Kaduna here, I led several protests in Kaduna. I led it during our era, during the era of military, when we are working closely together with our leader, Chief Ganofa, Femi Falana. We know all of us. Even I heard that Ebun Olu are telling them to calm down, because I can say that Ebun Olu was with us.
Excuse me. So the reason why I'm clapping is because I like what the governor said there. And I said it in my previous video. I talked about how the president too was a protester many years ago. So it's good to hear that. I mean, there are a lot of people got into power, into politics through protesting, through their activism. And it got big from a regional perspective, a national perspective, or a state perspective. And people started to recognize them. And some people said, why don't you go for public office? And some of them already had public office motivations to do this activism. So I'm happy that he said it. And I'm also happy that I've not heard anything terrible towards the protesters so far, apart from what he said that some of them might have been going there to loot. But again, until a proper investigation is done and concluded, which will be after the protests, presumably, as the police and judicial system are going to be overwhelmed at the moment. But yeah, if you protested, you should be welcoming protesters as well, as long as it's peaceful. As long as it's peaceful, that's the key word here.
We went to the street with him against the military. I could remember vividly. So he was with us. He knew the meaning of protest. He knew that what is happening today in this country is at the detriment of the downtrodden, not even the government, because these protesters are looting the shops of people that are innocent, people that are also struggling, people that are affected by this economic hardship. So that is the reason why I think those calling for this protest should sit down and look at the situation critically. When they are saying President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should come out and speak, granted, we have problems in Nigeria, but most of these problems, we want to be sincere, were inherited by this previous administration.
Yes, they were inherited, but it's the same party. It's the same party. It was inherited, but it's actually the same party. So it's not like it's from one party to the other. And the problems still have to be resolved, irrespective of whether they were inherited or not. You are right that it was inherited from a previous administration, but it's in the same party. Guys, I'm going to end this one here. You heard it here from via Channels. Credit to Channels. Thank you so much. And you heard it here from the governor of Kaduna. Just responding to a few questions that Channels TV had for him. I've given my reaction on this one, and as usual, I'm going to plead again. Contribute to my channel by subscribing. When you subscribe, make sure that you click on all notifications. Make sure that you click on all notifications when you subscribe to my channel. So let me show you what I mean by that. If I can quickly show you that on my screen. When you want to subscribe, you click on this button, the subscribe button. Then when you click on subscribe, then you can see here, you do a drop down and you click on all. When you click on all, then all my videos will come directly to your device of choice, whether it's your mobile phone or your tablet or your laptop, whatever device that it will come. Then if you're using your phone, where most of you access my videos from, make sure you go into the YouTube app in your settings. When you go into your settings, you go into your YouTube app, then you click on notifications in your settings and click on all notifications, so that when my videos come to your phone, you can see them and you can watch them. Because if you subscribe and you don't have it enabled, then you will not see my videos and you'll be wondering, is Nigerian still doing YouTube? Yes, I'm still doing YouTube. But why am I not getting his videos? That's the answer. You're not getting my videos because you have not enabled notifications on your phone. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for staying with me till the end, and I'll see you in the next one.